Dawn Brooks had always been stubborn. Born in Newark, New Jersey, she'd learned early that black women didn't get second chances, and they sure as hell didn't get the benefit of the doubt. She worked 2 jobs, volunteered at shelters on weekends, and sent half her paycheck back to her grandma's place in Alabama. She didn't have time for drama, didn't have time for other people's problems. Until the night she found him. It was raining so hard the city blurred into colors. Dawn was hurrying home after a late shift at the diner when she spotted a figure crumpled near the 14th Street bus stop, a boy, no more than 12, soaked and shivering, a split across his eyebrow bleeding into the gutters. People passed him without looking, cars sped by. But Dawn stopped. "Hey, baby," she called softly, kneeling beside him. "Hey, can you hear me?" The boy flinched but didn't move. His clothes were thin, torn. His sneakers were 2 sizes too big. When she touched his wrist, she felt it weak, but there. She called 911. She stayed with him while the rain pooled in her shoes, murmuring prayers under her breath, shielding him with her jacket until help arrived. At the hospital, she learned his name, Tyler, no last name. No one came looking for him. Social services brushed it off, just another runaway. They said, bound for juvie or worse. Dawn didn't believe it. She visited him, brought him clean socks, food, books. Tyler barely spoke at first, but his dark eyes tracked her every move like a drowning person clinging to a raft. She found out he wasn't a runaway. He was a throwaway. His mother's boyfriend, a rich white man, had beaten him and dumped him by the bus stop when he cried too loudly during a party. No charges, no investigation. Just a troubled kid swept under the rug because the man's brother was a city councilman. When Dawn raised hell about it, they laughed. "Miss Brooks, don't involve yourself," a social worker warned. "You'll make it harder for him." "They already made it hard," she shouted back. "Now I'm supposed to just stand here?" So Dawn fought. She took a second mortgage on her tiny apartment to hire a lawyer. She gathered medical records, police negligence reports, witness statements. She stood outside the courthouse in the rain with a cardboard sign, "Justice for Tyler." People stared, media ignored her, city officials tried to bury her. They said she was hysterical, a troublemaker, an uneducated black woman who didn't know her place. Dawn didn't care. She showed up every day at court in her best clothes, not flashy, but clean, proud. She sat across from the white lawyer smirking at her like she was already defeated. And when it was her turn to speak, she told the truth. The case became a spark. Small at first, then roaring. Local papers picked it up. Protests formed. The councilman's brother was exposed. Tyler's abuser was arrested. Heads rolled at the Child Services Department. And Dawn? She won custody of Tyler. She wasn't rich. She wasn't famous. But she gave him what no one else would, a home where someone fought for him. Years later, under a blazing sun, Dawn stood in a crowd of proud families watching Tyler, now 6 feet tall, strong, confident, walk across the stage at his college graduation. He spotted her, dropped his diploma, ran to her, nearly knocking her over with the hug. "You're the reason I'm here," he whispered against her shoulder. "No, baby," she smiled through tears. "You're the reason I kept fighting."